Now, for every kid who has ever seen a science fiction movie, thrilled to the amazing strength of an out-of-this-world movie monster, comes Great Garloo by Marx. Garloo the Mighty. Garloo the Untamed. Garloo the Terrible. Who can stop him? Who can control this monstrous creature? You can, kids, because Great Garloo by Marx is yours to command. With these battery-operated controls, you can make Garloo go, stop, bend, pick up, turn. Yes, Great Garloo, almost 2 feet tall, will be your faithful servant. You name it, you're the boss. Bring out-of-this-world excitement into your house, kids. Own the most fantastic toy of all. Great Garloo by Marx.
M.A.R.X spells Marx, world's largest toy maker.
I'm talking about the Great Garloo today, and this is a very interesting toy, but I think what's more interesting than the toy is the story behind how it was made and the company that made it. So the Great Garloo is not really special. It's literally just like a 2-foot RC wired toy. Like it came out in like the 1960s, and it was just a toy, a big old clunky, huge 2-foot toy that you can make it move with a little remote, but it was attached by wire. I'm sure a lot of us remember those. The story behind the Great Garloo is it was started by a company named Marx Toys, and it was started by a guy named Louis and his brother David in 1990 in New York City. So they were not just manufacturers, they were only distributors, but they had no manufacturing capabilities, so everything that they made had to be contracted out. A lot of the ways they made money to get their business started was Louis used to be a toy maker for another guy named Ferdinand Strauss. And Ferdinand Strauss had him making like some pretty racist toys like the Alabama Coon Jigger, and another one was Zippo, the climbing monkey. So it was kind of, yeah, it was pretty racist, but you know, the guy had a hustle. And like I said, he would try to find cheaper things to like get his toys made so he can cut the cost of manufacturing fees and all type of things. He was kind of like hustling parts and still making quality toys and raising money at the same time. So I do respect his hustle. Like, I don't really care much for what he was making, but you know, he got to this point. So fast forward, they went to the Great Depression, and that's when they actually made way more revenue, like way more revenue. Most businesses, obviously, as we know, in the Great Depression were failing, but they were making millions. They turned into billions because the American toy market had opened up to the world, and they were like one of the first. And they also got confused for making the first yo-yo, but it wasn't them who made a yo-yo. But they did end up making their own Marx Toys yo-yo, which sold a bunch of units. But like I said, the Great Garloo didn't come out into the 60s, so they were already millionaires by the time this came out. They were millionaires in 1922. But when this came out, they were already well established as a toy company. So they were one of the top toy companies. I'm not really sure if they're going today. I didn't read that far, but they have history. They have a lot of history in the toy community, and this is actually a very interesting pop. Like, a lot of people wanted to poop on it because it's 1,000 pieces. A lot of people only want limited pieces, but I wanted this because I had heard of Great Garloo, but I did not know about the story behind it. So it was really interesting to find, you know, out about this toy and the backstory of how Marx Toys got started. And yeah, it's a pretty interesting toy. I think it's really cool to have in a collection. It's a real historical piece. Yeah, that's pretty much all I can talk about on this toy. I appreciate you all for sticking through this whole episode. There will be more coming out soon, so please be on the lookout. But thank you guys for watching. Have a good day, and we're out.